Good evening to all. Welcome, friend, foe, and all those in between. How are we all doing tonight, players?
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Before recording, we were talking about our Baldur's Gate 3, and let's face it, we're going to be talking about this game for the next 3 years. With all the little intricacies.
Hey, maybe in the next 3 years I might finish one game.
Well, I keep saying this, but we need to get you to anyway. Right. Do you have any idea what's going on currently in our little game?
I'm in a maze.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I'm in a maze looking for Vroon.
The boys are in a maze and the girls are wondering how they're gonna get them out.
The boys are amazing.
Yes, they can be amazing and in trouble.
No, but you've got amazing and you've got wondering what the amazing.
Right? Sorry, I didn't get that.
Yes. So let's do a quick little recap of what happened last time. As I'm looking across the, I just think we just had. Yeah. So you've only done one extra room, right?
We broke one of the traps again, I think.
No comment. So you explored the You explored the room with the paintings with the 3 blind artists. You discovered a back room where there seemed to have been a sarcophagus, most likely the tomb of the last queen of Omu.
Yep. Which Vroon didn't want to mess with.
Yes, where you decided not to pick any of the items either inside, or you just resealed everything up. You then discovered that the corridor going north had a Indiana Jones trap.
Yep.
That was
right.
That was in multiple stages, as the boulder would push you basically into an acid trap. It would have also smashed a pirate-like chest with an invisible key in the bottom. And finally, you've entered a room where, well, basically you got charged by what was 10 Minotaur skeletons, then turned to 2. As first Vroon touched the back wall. There's a
Look.
I would say no.
There's a maze.
Yeah, there was a maze on a wall. You touch it, you're in the maze. Heinrich decided, you know what? Let's go back in as well. Leaving the ladies to pick up.
The voice in my head told me to do it as well, but I mean, even without that, I would have gone like, but there's a maze. I like my religion is tracing mazes.
Yeah, and the mage came as well. Yeah.
It all makes sense now.
So, as we come back in, as we look into a purple floating fist and 2 fairly confused ladies looking into what seems to be an ever-changing, ever-shifting maze in the back wall, where you can see just from above, as if you were looking down from a great height, you can see the miniatures, the miniature forms of Vroon and Heinrich. Tonight's gonna be rough, guys. I can tell you. And you realize that these are not sort of dots on a map. You are actually looking at them As in, you can see them basically turning around, looking above, and sort of walking in a direction, stop, move to another. And you can see the maze sort of shift over them. As we come in deeper into the maze itself, let's start with Vroon. You're next in the initiative here. So, you.
Oh, it's the initiative.
Well, technically, no. You're no longer initiative. We'll get to that in a second.
Okay.
But I'm just using that as a prompt to move on to the next person. Vroon, you notice that these stone walls, these featureless stone walls and corridors have been... You feel them almost moving about you. You have this tradition of mazes, and you're realizing that this one is not a maze to solve. This is almost something that you... The maze is being endured by you, if that makes sense. As the maze is shifting you aside in places. You have ways of going about, but your usual tricks and traditions don't apply here, which is strange. It's almost like a loop. Moreover, is as you look up, there is this gray sort of mist above you, about 10 feet up. Wait, 10 feet? No, it's a bit higher than that. 15-foot high passageway. And as you look up, sort of between the mist, you see the silhouettes, or at least recognize them maybe by the color of their hair or the way they're moving. You can basically see above you, peering in, like two giants looking in, are the shapes of Gale and Sorsha. However, what you do not know is that you are not alone in the maze, as Heinrich jumped in. And Heinrich, same thing. As you look up, you can see the two faces blurred, as if you were looking through a wet mirror, a misty mirror. You can guess that they're there. But anyways, back to Vroon. Now, the way I touched on this a bit earlier, before we started recording. The trap here, or the challenge here, I should say, is basically you rolling percentile dice to kind of see if you find something. And normally, there is a large chance of you not finding anything, because this is supposed to be in relation to the stress and the urgency of the matter with the Minotaurs attacking the rest of your party, and you being pressed to find an exit as soon as possible. With that stress being released, I'm not going to have you throw 15 times hoping that you get above a 70.
Thank you.
Right. So what I propose...
I mean, if I roll and it's above a 70, then...
You want to do that? You really want to roll these?
I mean, or I'm assuming that you want to change the percentiles a bit.
Basically, what I was going to say is roll a basically roll a D30 plus 70.
Right, I get it. Okay. Slash D. No, there's R. D30 plus 70.
Sorry.
This way.
Thanks.
No. Yes.
Okay. Perfect. 20.
Hey.
Okay. So as you are walking, okay, here we go. With the this place is eerily quiet, and you can barely see 20 feet in front of you or back, your vision being limited, but it's more than that, it's all of your senses. There's no smell here, which is peculiar. And while you would expect maybe the echoes of your boots, your armored boots on the floor, there's almost nothing of sound. Your breathing becomes somewhat exaggerated by contrast. But as the meandering corridors move and so you come up to something on the side, a small alcove. In this alcove, just on the side, just before as you looked upon it, you realize that this alcove is unmoving. While the walls shift around, this one is stable. This one is a fixed spot. And in this alcove, you find a gilded chest. Open. At first glance, the chest looks like it's made of brass. But then the metal sort of shifts a little bit and you realize, no, this is gold. This is solid gold. And the wood itself is exotic, a very deep mahogany, almost black, with shifting sort of you realize the chest itself might be worth a fortune in itself. So this dark ironwood. And inside you find a golden key.
I mean, the hint for this level did say the mace holds the key.
As you
True,
you pick it up.
So I will grab the key. Yeah.
As you grab the key, let me just right, okay. As you grab the key, at first it looks metallic, that golden sheen, and you realize it's got the weight of stone, of crystal. And as you grab it, the alcove sort of shifts, vibrates away, becoming a wall, and you feel yourself being picked up and shunted. And you find yourself outside, next to the sarcophagus. Something that you had not seen before. The sarcophagus did change regularly color, sort of slowly. In this case, it runs now every 6 seconds, shifts to a new color in the same order. But we'll get to that in a second.
Yeah.
Heinrich, can you please roll me the same? So D30 plus 70.
Boop.
82.
Alright, Nugget. Alright, it's gonna be fine. Remember your training. Okay.
As you're walking about, the same impression, lack of sound. You find yourself talking to Nugget just to reassure yourself that this is not a dream, that this is not an echo, that you are real. Being present in this space that seems to be absent of everything except direction in a way. The walls continue to shift. You walking through a fog, completely unaware that you are now truly alone. But are you? For as you turn a corner, something does come to your senses. A gruff the clicking of hooves on the stone floor, and a distinct bovine acrid smell as the paw of a large creature steps in across from one of the ways, just the hand, and this twin-horned bovine shape of a minotaur steps there, but 20 feet in front of you, and stares right at you. I'm gonna have to have you roll.
All right.
You
Let's do
are
this.
my friend going to solo a Minotaur.
Of
Why
course,
does
the
it have to
Minotaur is
happen
also
to the
mage.
mage? Yeah.
So, I am not going to. By the way, Sorsha and Gale. All of a sudden, there's a moment where Vroon reappears in the room, a bit confused, and you're looking back to the wall, and you now see that Heinrich is not alone. Now,
Oh shit.
I am going to basically I'm going to just add him to the initiative tracker. Add turn. There we go. I'm going to remove Sorsha and Gale
Everyone.
and Vroon, and we're basically yeah, I mean in a minute you're going to lose the fist anyways, so I'm just going to remove that from the map. There we go. You are no longer in concentration.
Yay.
Right. It's a good thing you have Death Save and I believe Bardic Inspiration. So.
Yep.
Right, Heinrich.
It's Death Ward, but
Oh, what
we
did I
got
say?
it. Death save.
Question: does message works? Because Sorsha would try it. So if you want me to deliver the message, please tell me if it's possible.
I am not going to tell you if it's possible or not before you try it.
No, I say I'm trying it, but I
Okay,
will deliver
yeah,
the
yeah.
message if it's...
Let's see. Blah, 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 blah. Interesting. Let's see, 128. I would say... Yeah, what's the message that you send out?
Probably something a bit angry, something around you get your ass back here before I get in, and if I find you before the Minotaur is done, you'll be sorry.
I will... Heinrich, all of a sudden, as the sight of them, realizing you are hearing Sorsha's voice.
Nice.
The message did go through.
I'm doing my best. Please don't be angry. I'm first not going to die. And you see that I have my fist already ready, like, bring it on!
Okay, run! I'm gonna guide you. Message.
Okay, Heinrich, you're up. Go ahead. What do you do?
It's a bony Minotaur or it's a fleshy Minotaur?
This is a fleshy Minotaur. I believe you can see it.
Okay.
No, you cannot. No.
I used to be in that little box as well.
Exactly. Yeah.
I seeing not a bony one, and I'm gonna be like, it's 20 feet.
Yes. What I'll do is I will actually make a. You do you. But yes, you are roughly 20 feet away from him. That's not what I want to do. There we go.
I'm just gonna look at it and I'm gonna think about a very, very adorable frog. And I'm gonna look towards the Minotaur and I'm gonna say, change. And I'm gonna cast Polymorph on it.
Okay.
I want you to change into a frog.
We're going to have to start. If this works, Heinrich is not a wizard anymore. He's a witch.
No.
And please, At least transform it into a toad.
Well, we'll see. Just give me a second to get back to the layer. There we go.
It will first see if it succeeds their wisdom save or not.
Let's see. Wisdom saving throw. That's a 14.
I shall, as requested from Gale, I shall transform it into a little adorable toad.
Okay. Do I have a toad?
Plus, because I want to use it because it's just for the fun of it. I'm gonna use. No, I cannot. It's not that meta magic. Damn it! I had one of my meta magic was like, hey, you can double the time of something, so it would be not 1 hour but 2 hours of polymorph on the poor dude. So 1 hour is already very good. So.
Okay. I completely screwed myself here. Okay. I have no idea what I'm doing. Okay. So yes, this frog starts basically charging in your direction, sort of unaware of its situation, or just doesn't care, and just keeps charging at you. What are you gonna do?
I'm gonna full movement, full dash, and I'm gonna run past it.
Okay, so because now there is somewhat of an urgency, I'm going to need you to roll a D100.
Okay.
So
don't roll 82.
90 seems to be a sweet spot.
Yeah.
Actually,
44.
44 is nothing. So that's fine.
44 is nothing. As you, again, this time maybe no longer walking, but sort of maybe of a jog. Strangely enough, as you keep running, the mist sort of open towards you, keeping this space before and afterwards. The frog, whatever your speed might be, as either a sprint or a jog, whatever, is never too far behind you. Seemingly, maybe sort of this fog keeping with you.
No, I continue.
Roll again.
I got 1 hour time to find the way out.
I mean, that's fair.
So 37.
Keep rolling.
32.
What are the others? Now I'm guessing that Vroon, you've joined the other two on the dais, and you can see basically Heinrich sort of running through this maze.
Vroon joined the rest and is now probably going like, "Go Heinrich! Go Heinrich!"
Okay.
Gonna roll again.
Yeah.
Come on, give me a good number.
I'm being careful not to touch the maze again.
80.
It's gonna be another fucking Minotaur, isn't it?
Oh, come on.
Yeah, here's the thing, that normally it is Minotaur that fights to the death. I'll say this. You find yourself in a... You find yourself in a room that seems to be a bit wider. It's instead of being a corridor, it's sort of a cul-de-sac, a dead end. But you notice that the dead end is been filled with, basically sort of chipped away rock and such. And there's sort of almost sort of like it's been set up as sort of living quarters, I guess.
Okay.
But situated in one of the corners is the small form, a skeleton, but maybe about a meter 20 tall.
Can I investigate it a bit closer?
Sure.
So, investigation, right?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Critical hit.
As you move towards the skeleton, you have a look about it, and this is not a halfling. This is not a gnome. This is a child's. These are the child's remains. Chaltian. Just by the remnants of the beads and the makeshift sort of jewelry that you find between the bones, you know this to be Chaltian. Omuan. Nothing remains to be picked or, looked through. It's just the bones. But apparently somebody got in and never got out. There are no wounds. There are no axe marks. Just this body curled up.
I look at it.
And a frog nipping at your heels.
Continue to run.
Okay, I was about to think you're gonna kick it.
No. Oh, hell no.
Okay.
That is not the right move.
Just roll me. Yeah, let's roll again,
Oh.
please. Keep rolling. We need. You know what?
It's a rolling party.
Just roll a what was it? What did I say? D30 plus 70.
D30 plus 70. Yeah. Yeah. No, this is like.
Okay.
That's 2 away from what I rolled.
Okay. Seemingly similar to what Vroon. You come in. Yes, there's a statue in the way. You could very well. It's there, sort of at an intersection, sort of a Y intersection, situated in the center. It's not blocking your way. You could very well go around it. It's just that there's something peculiar that catches your eye about it, where it is an accumulation of limbs. There is someone there, their face sort of smoothed out to be completely anonymous. Ample robes that do not let anyone sort of guess specific features or whatnot. It's just that around them, you can see they have these, stone depictions of feet, hands, fingers, ears. And you can see that in their hands, they are holding a knife and basically are cutting their hand off. Around the at the end of the knife, sort of hooked into it, there is hanging there a purple sort of amethyst type key.
Can I Arcana check the statue because it gives me a bit of the creeps?
Sure. Okay.
26.
This is gruesome, but you don't see any specific markings that would refer to any religion, creature, or something. It's the other way around, actually. Everything about the statue is made to be the most anonymous possible.
I look at it. I look around, jump up, take the key.
Okay. As soon as you grab the key, you don't have the time to hit the floor, to land on the floor, as you are shunted back into position, back into to the outside, leaving behind you a very confused frog. The same way, Gale, Sorsha, this pinprick of light sort of shoots out from the maze, lands.
Fills the room with lights.
Hmm?
Also fills the room with lights because as soon as Heinrich came into the room, it was like.
Yes, of course, because you've got the orb. Right. Wait, who's? Somebody is producing a lot of light here.
Yeah, Heinrich. Like, that's what I said. Like,
Oh,
as
yeah,
soon as he came into the room, it was like, oof.
Oh, that's
Like,
because you'd
there's
done daylight?
I don't know.
I don't think so.
I don't.
Vroon did that like 2 levels up or 1 level up.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I don't.
2.
I need to look at this one. Alright, who's... No, you're the one with bright light 40 feet, so...
Maybe
Oh,
use
wait.
your orb.
No,
Your
no,
orb,
it's-
maybe.
There we go. This'll do it.
Yeah, see that was it.
Yeah, that was it. It's because your light rune was actually colored. For some reason.
Ah.
Okay.
Doesn't matter.
It does look a lot grayer now.
Yes, it does. So, the two of you have these keys.
First of all,
Yeah, seriously, guys.
you see Heinrich, Sorsha flying your way from above.
I'm gonna take a step back.
She's coming.
I'm gonna take a step back.
Okay.
And she'll descend from the view.
Okay. Feel free to move your characters around to do so.
I'm taking a step back.
I will say, Heinrich, at some point, you kind of came back and going, oh, that's acid, and just sort of stopped.
Yeah, it's more like nope.
Vroon, something that you had actually not seen, if I remember correctly, the room, the walls have been smashed through.
Yeah, no.
And there are piles of powdered bones, half powdered bones, all over the floor.
Yeah, Vroon is like, what happened here?
Someone dead took care of it. Don't worry.
You did an amazing job.
Some, and like,
Yes, she did.
there's a lot of bones.
Hi,
Big bones too, by the way.
hi,
Hello.
Sorsha.
Heinrich, hi. I can respect going to help a mate, but next time you go to save someone, please make sure we don't have to save your ass. Because
actually,
I will
he-
get in here.
But
If I had to go into that maze, I would have found you, as I promised. And you don't want to know what would have happened then.
Vroon is sort of like nudging Gale, like, is this awkward? I think this is awkward.
Oh, they're having a moment. Maybe we should get away?
You see, with the you have like fight or flight. He's like totally in flight mode, and he's looking a bit around, and then he looks a bit proudly. Well, I got out myself. I did what I thought was right, and I am very sorry that you were worried. But I'm safe and sound, and I show a key, and I found the key.
Yeah, just next time. Please don't do such stupid things without assessing if it helps. Please, 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 please.
I'll do that if you do the same.
When do I not?
Can I roll a deception check?
Insight, maybe? Or
No.
or you mean perception to see if you see Vroon and Gale going, oh!
No. I want to roll a deception to try to hide my smirk of like deception, like right.
I heard
Heinrich.
perception.
Yeah.
Heinrich, please, your microphone is cutting
wait,
out
that's
when
weird.
you. No. It's when you go high
spiking.
enough, when you get excited, like you'd have.
Okay.
You're basically saturating your mic, so careful about that.
Uh,
No worries.
okay. Can I roll a deception check to try to hide my face of, or really now you've been careful, right?
Okay. Go ahead. What's your passive insight? What are your passive insights? Sorsha, Gale, Vroon. Oh,
Oof.
well, I don't think we're gonna have to ask. No need to answer that question. I have to think about it. So, what was that about keeping secrets?
You see him like biting his lip very hard, like he wants to say something. He gives a sigh. I am very sorry for how I reacted. It was in the spur of the moment. I will be careful next time, but thank you for being concerned, Sorsha. I really appreciate it.
That's the second time you scare me like that. If you do it a third time... Well, let's say my face can also be one of nightmare. Please, we all have to go back. If I have to scare the shit out of you so you don't throw your life in the first trap, I'll do it.
I am sorry.
It's okay, you don't have to apologize. I don't need apologies, as I know the feeling and why you did it. But please, don't do that again. Please.
Okay.
Thank you. And she gets fly.
Right, so you're still flying.
A flight is 10 minutes, I believe.
Yes, but you didn't mention how much time I...
Well, I mean, no. I would say you were
We know there
running
was
towards
one
the
minute.
you were running towards the end there, anyways. So, you did not turn it off too early. Let's put it that way. With the conversation and everything. Yes, you have currently in your possession 2 keys. As an examination of the sarcophagus, it's this crystal. It looks like quartz, milky quartz. You can't really see what's inside, though you do guess that there's an opening. and it keeps shifting colors in the same order. So blue, gold, purple, green, red, black, then back to blue, gold, purple, green, black.
Okay. So Heinrich.
And I'll say this. You do see that there is an orifice, basically, where the key could be put inside, but it doesn't seem to be any particular mechanical lock. It's not something that you put in and turn. It's just sort of inserting inside.
Heinrich.
Yes.
I couldn't help but overhear. Didn't hear any of the other conversation you had there, but I heard you found the key.
Yeah, I found the key. I found the key on a pedestal.
And then Vroon sort of like pulls out the golden key that he found, and
And I show my key too.
There's a gold and purple that follow each other right after each other.
Well, what do we do? Do we open it? First of all, how are you, Vroon?
I appreciate you came in after me.
Well, and you, Sorsha, you're looking at him straight to him. You see he has a very stressed face, and when Vroon says that, you see like he softens a bit up, and he's like, "Well, you're my friend, Vroon, so it's normal, and I care for you."
Sorsha doesn't say anything.
But be careful.
Yeah, I know, and looks back to Sorsha with a face of "I'm sorry." Okay.
She like,
So, what are we going to do with the keys?
But we'll talk about this more later. There's more that I'd like to say.
Fine.
Don't worry. I don't. Never mind.
Well, let's open it up, I guess.
Which color?
I don't know.
Do we flip a coin?
Well, I'm gonna ask you a very weird question. Where did you find the key?
In a chest.
Huh.
Rich, fancy treasure chest.
Huh. Okay. Yeah, let's flip a coin for it.
Where did you find yours?
He starts to find his words. On a statue with lots of cut off limbs and someone who was looking very neutral and
Wait.
yeah.
A statue with cut off limbs.
It was like a lot of hands, and he tries to repeat the same scene that he saw.
Huh. And you want to flip a coin between the key that was found on a statue with cut off limbs or a treasure chest.
Yeah, that kind of feels like a threat.
we look looks the same or not?
Apart from the color, they are identical, but they are technically featureless. The keys themselves, they are. I would not say that they're keys in the way we would send. They're more. They would be sort of a cylinder with two little sort of winged extremities, but there's no particular shape to them. You know, there's no notches in the key. It looks like a key that is still need to be made in a sense. But you can see very well that the orifice within the chest, the sarcophagus, is made to fit those keys. But they are technically identical, but for the color.
And how many of those holes?
One.
Okay. Yeah.
So I
the
guess we
color
would
is
have.
changing.
Yeah, we would have to insert the gold key probably at the moment
But it's gold.
the gold and the light turns gold, and then see what's in there, and then close it back, remove the key, wait until it's purple.
Oh, I really don't like. I really don't.
No.
hope that-
Yeah, I know you're not feeling the purple one.
No, it's more like I really don't hope we also have to find the blue, green, red, and
Oh
black.
yeah.
Because
We're not going back there. There is a very angry.
frog, we saw.
Yeah. It wasn't
That
a
was
bone.
fun, actually.
It wasn't a bony one. It was a live one.
We saw it was this big, but we could see outside.
It wasn't easy to focus while you had we had my friend in my head screaming at the same time. So
Shall we try the gold one first?
sure.
All right.
Okay.
And then Vroon will walk up to the
shifting sarcophagus. So yeah, currently it's green, red, black, blue, gold.
Yeah.
As you enter the key as it just sort of slips in, and as it slips in completely to almost form a seamless. It fills in seamlessly with the crystal, almost hiding away, and then the hole itself, and it seals itself completely. And what you can see is that the top of the sarcophagus just goes. It seems goes transparent, invisible, and then you realize it's no longer there. Inside the sarcophagus, which is much thinner than you had imagined, and it keeps now this. The color goes out of it. It becomes white, very sort of again that milky quartz kind of crystal that you've seen on other features in the tomb, other of the sarcophagi, the 9 gods. But this one is filled with salt.
Unk.
You might be right there.
You can guess that there are some objects that are half buried in it. You can see a couple of bracelets, but there is half buried in a large snail's shell, but this would be this size.
Yeah.
Sort of, it is big enough that you wouldn't be able to put it on its side. It's right way up.
Okay.
It's sort of peaking just at the top of the
Oh,
Hmm?
no, nothing. I'm suddenly making connection to the shifting colors.
Yes. And actually, now that the colors are, you realize that there is a shifting of color, but it's not coming from the walls of the it's coming from a piece of cloth that seems to be peeking out from the salt.
Well,
Is anyone still looking for blessing from God?
I mean, except if someone wants a parliament inside their head. I'm the only one without one, apparently. So
But you were partial to.
I was looking for Shangambi.
I'm sure we'll still find Shangambi.
Yeah. The items might still be useful.
Yes.
uh,
But we might want to be careful around how we pick them up.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you might want to be careful. I am not careful in anything at all.
Well, those are so much fun.
I mean, Kubazan in your mind is basically saying, you don't need that. You don't need that. The same way, actually, the three of you, as this conversation goes, all three of you are going, no need to pick that one up. No.
Mine has woken up. Has mine woken up?
Yeah.
Because it was like hiding in some dark place.
It was hiding, but it's come out of the it's come out of its burrow. Let's put it that way. Yeah. I'm trying to remember why exactly it had gone in.
Because of the hag.
Right. Yes, absolutely. That was
Right.
also last episode. I forgot
Yes.
about that.
we discovered about the coven.
Yes. Yeah.
Alright, so let me see. What do I see in the objects?
So
Like
the
with my eyes.
so with your eyes, you can definitely see that the cloth is of a magical nature. The shifting coloration of it is a dead giveaway, but nonetheless. And you can see that the while there's only maybe a piece of it peeking out from the salt, it is an object which would be the size of a cloak.
Okay.
Other than that, not much. The bracelets are mundane. The shell is mundane, though from what you've understood, this might just be the cadaver of a god.
Okay. I'm in favor of grabbing the cloak.
Well, mage hand it into the bag of holding, I guess, or yeah, or looks again at Gale. You don't want to have a pretty cloak?
I must admit, it looks good.
While you are debating this, Vroon,
Mm.
there's a moment where you've entered the key into it. The three of them are sort of peering in. You feel a cold sensation around your trunk. As in the same way, when the touch of metal. And as you go to sort of absentmindedly go to your trunk, you realize that your trunk is now circled by 3 golden bands. They are not. As you look to them, they are not disturbed. They're not. There's no pain. There doesn't. You don't feel anything, and they are light enough that if you did not feel that initial metallic touch, you would, you wouldn't notice it. Like a wedding band or an earring that is light enough for you to forget. Though something is strange a bit to your senses. There's a smell coming from... Well, there's a new smell that you've detected. Something that you've never actually smelled before. And you realize it's your armor.
What?
As you're smelling it, there's a new smell to your armor. Come to think of it, the same smell is coming from lockpick.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And then as you look about, with putting a little bit of effort, you can kind of start smelling what you figure out being gold. Precious gems. The things that you have on you that are precious, minerals, ore,
Sig.
gold. You can smell treasure. You are the recipient of the Charm of Treasure Sense. While the charm lasts, you can use an action to pinpoint by scent the location of precious metals and stones, such as coins and gems, within 30 feet.
Pretty cool. It's appropriate.
Oh,
Nice.
that's so cool.
You're a
He-
big paw sniffler. For a sniffler, but yes.
I'm a bit disappointed you didn't take the purple one, but
I mean, if you sell it with a maimed body
Hey.
statue,
I just explained what I saw, and
yes.
oh,
No,
believe
exactly.
me, that we'll get. You may add that to your questions when we finish the adventure as to what exactly the other keys did.
Oh yeah, because
but,
there's of course also a blue, green,
Yeah.
red, black.
blue, black,
We're
blue,
gonna
gold,
go all
green, purple,
around
and red.
every traps and rewards of this thing.
But yes, so remember that. Oh, and especially it goes to the one person who has advantage on smell checks.
Yeah.
that's so cool.
That's actually very well.
The dice
That's
tell
a-
a story.
yeah.
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 Okay.
You're gonna be famous in your country.
Well, as long as it lasts. I'm not sure it's gonna last forever.
Okay.
Alright, guys. I'm still debating, but.
I
Consider
say
your
if you-
choices.
I say if you feel more drawn to Shagambi, then you should stick with that choice.
Yeah, but Onk is an interesting one because he really is the center point in some ways. He is the one without any enemies. And consider your choices is not a bad philosophy.
Yep.
I don't remember.
Mind you, speaking from
Yeah.
experience from the one in my head, they tend to take things to extremes.
Nods. Start to nod also.
I'm still for 3 minutes now. I don't know what you're talking about. And I start to go around.
What are you doing?
Okay, now I may be exaggerating, but still.
So what are you doing, Sorsha?
She's continuing along.
Yeah, I was like demonstrating.
Oh, right. You're demonstrating
point.
your restraint, and then all of a sudden you realize, wait, what am I doing here in this corner of the room?
Yeah.
Do we have any ideas of the power that the cloak is giving?
The problem is
You'll
if
have to
I want
identify
to, I can take a
touch.
or I can take a gander at it and try to guess what it is, because my parents make a lot of magical objects, so maybe I remember something, but to be pinpoint sure about it, I need to identify it and touch it.
Maybe you can do it while I read Voclero.
Do you guys want to take a short rest?
I'm okay.
I
maybe
mean,
not short rest, but 10 minutes.
Yeah, but again, for identify, I need to touch it, and my buddy, my head is saying like, "Hey, no, it's fine. You don't need it." So
I want to touch it. It's very beautiful.
There's no way to cast them out of your head once you have them, right?
I don't think it's in the cloak. I think it's in the shell. No?
Can I do an Arcana check on the cloak? Just looking at it, trying to recollect.
To answer Gabby's question, there's always been a piece of the animal of an animal corresponding to the god, and there's always been an object on the side. It's always been one and the other. The object carrying the spirit. So it's very much a situation of magical object, cadaver, the magical object containing the spirit. Now, there's... You know what? I would say Sorsha, Heinrich, and Vroon, when he comes back, make me an insight check.
Okay. Poop.
Oh, and the casting time to find familiar apparently is 1 hour?
Wait, what?
What? No, it's 10 minutes, and it's a critical natural 20.
Okay,
Inside.
on Sorsha. Yeah, Sorsha.
You're right. It's 1 hour and 10 plus 10 minutes for casting time.
It's the 10 minutes is for the ritual if you cast it as a ritual. So without
Yes.
but
It's
the
an
actual
added 10 minutes to the roll, an hour, the hour, I guess. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
that's what I'm seeing here. I think.
Yeah, I'm
so
seeing exactly
it's
the same
an
thing.
hour, yeah. Okay, just right with with a natural insight. Ijin is not the most how should I put it? Subtle kind of god, and there's very much the idea that when it says no, don't take it, it's not this is dangerous. It's the idea that I don't want to go. You have the definite impression that should you touch the object possessed by another god, the god that you have inside your head, has a chance of being shunted out.
Interesting. Okay, so behave.
I think at this point Gale is curious, and knowing what Unk stands for, yeah, she's gonna grab the cloak.
Okay. just before she's gonna tell you, you can only have one. Apparently,
At a time.
Yeah, at a time.
at the time. So
Actually, you know what? I would say this. From what you understand, Gale, with regards to all of this, there's very much a rule of possession kind of thing. So if you would have a spell or an effect that would be able to shunt ghosts or spirits from a body, it would have the same effect on these. They are technically considered ghosts for all intents and purposes.
I mean, they're dead, so yeah.
Yeah, kind of. Well, they're the cursed dead.
Yeah.
Right. So as you lean in, grab the cloak, you can feel that between your fingers, there is a coat of slime. It becomes slick between your fingers. And all of you within earshot, you hear a female voice.
Anka's a girl.
A female voice echoed through the chamber. I can help you. At least, I think that's what I'm supposed to do. Can you please make me a charisma saving throw?
Ooh, charisma.
Yeah.
do you wish to resist?
Do you wish to resist?
I think Gil is just gonna say, "Oh, interesting. Hello there." And yeah, willingly fail the charisma
Okay.
save.
Nice.
I am going to... so, this would be in Player's Journal, Gale. Okay. Right. So, I've just added you. You should find that in the spirit handouts. For the people at home, I will show this right here, right now. Remember, the flaw is to be applied as much as possible. And you are free to modify your character sheet according to whatever you might receive.
Huh. Interesting.
Yeah, isn't it? So,
All right.
you have secured. Oh, and I will say, I think I did with the other ones as well. The robe. Do you wish to basically attune to it?
Unk has no enemies, so that's good.
Hmm?
Unk has no enemies, so
Unk
that's
has no
Yeah,
enemies.
yeah,
That's good.
yeah,
We're not gonna have like an
no.
important conflict.
No, that's one of the reasons why I went for it. I mean, do I get an insight of what the powers of that cloak are, or
It
no?
is a robe of scintillating colors. I feel free to add it to your character sheet from D&D Beyond.
Yeah.
I will read it out. So the robe is a wondrous item, very rare, requiring attunement.
Which is automatically attuned now.
It is
because
automatically attuned, yes.
If you already had 3 attunements, you have to shunt something out now.
Yep. The trident. No, I'm kidding.
Good try.
I had that problem as well. Like, what? Oh, I'm attuned.
So the robe has 3 charges and regains 1d3 expended charges daily at dawn. So after a long rest. While you wear it, you can use an action and 1 charge to cause the garment to display a shifting pattern of dazzling hues until the end of your next turn. During the time, the robe sheds bright light in a 30-foot radius, dim light for an additional 30, and creatures that you can see have disadvantage on attack rolls against you as they are half blinded. In addition, any creature in the bright light that can see you when the robe power is activated must do a 15 wisdom saving throw or become stunned until the effect ends. So it's basically you are now a flashbang. 3 times a
Yeah.
day.
My problem is any creature and not the creatures you choose.
Any creature in the bright light. So that would be, yes, within 30 feet.
Yeah.
Though you can decide if you know it's going to happen, you can warn people to just,
Yeah.
close their eyes or such. It's any person who can see.
When I say cucumber, close your eyes.
Safe word is flash.
Coming up. Just coming up is good.
Yeah, because the last thing that you want is it's a hide your eyes, and all the enemies do this.
Yeah.
Which is why a neutral safe word is way better.
Cucumber. That's a strange battle cry. What?
Banana.
Yeah, especially a lot of us have dark vision, so it does not go well with that. Like, nah.
I mean, for dark vision, all of you have light, basically. So.
I mean, it's funny because now I can really do thunder damage and then the dazzling damage. Well, dazzling and then the thunder damage, and that way it's really a flashbang.
Yeah.
It's an action to use the.
Yeah, I know.
But yes, basically yes, you could do that.
It was more the flash and bang.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Flash.
No, the
Thank
flash
you.
is always before
Finally.
I saw you with like, come on.
I don't have that reference.
Ah.
I don't get it either.
Flash Gordon.
Yeah,
Nah.
Okay, Christmas is going to be movie night, guys. I'm going to show you. You are going to see. What's his name?
The Flash is well known. It's okay.
No. This is not the Flash.
It's
Yeah,
not
Flash
that
Gordon.
Flash. It's Flash
It
Gordon.
was like a series when I was a kid.
Yeah, but you've never seen Brian Blessed in a bikini.
Probably not.
Now I'm not sure I want to watch it.
Anyway, well, that's. Let's see. Well, no, he's not in a bikini. This is not. I'm mixing up with Zordon. No, he. Yeah, it's okay.
Now you gave me a picture, like, since it's from when I was a kid. There was some other guy in a bikini folding blue.
No, this guy's got wings. He's the king of the bird people. Anyways, let's get back to our stuff.
Confused.
Brian Blessed, Flash Gordon, have a look on your own time. Right. So, congratulations on securing the
The Unk.
8th god, I believe.
Yep.
Yep.
You've only
Yeah.
got.
There's only one. that
Yeah,
is-
we're missing Shangambi and that's it.
Yep. You're just missing Shangambi.
And apparently we can try to sort of shunt other ones out if we don't like the one we have.
So technically, Gale, you would know this. By casting the Dispel Evil and Good spell,
Good,
you can
yeah.
basically yes, you can
Get rid of all of them.
the intruder. The same way, through Sorsha's insight and instinct, you do understand that gods will fight for possession rights, basically shunting the other away. But yes, as you almost the cloak almost wraps around you, shimmering colors, giving the inside of it, basically as it shimmers even in the inside, giving the steam that is coming from your armor, basically, smoke
was
machine
gonna
at a
say-
disco.
Yeah, how does that look? Because I mean, I'm very strange looking, I guess, at this point.
It's subtle. It doesn't. It's not. It's more like it shimmers like an oil slick. You know, it's
Yeah.
that kind of effect to on going through as you move about. It's almost very, it's got that very liquid quality to it.
The first thing you guys probably hear me mutter is, "You better not ask me to revere you and pray to you, because that's never gonna happen."
Oh no, no, I wouldn't ask you to do that. No.
Good.
So, what are we doing?
Trying to get to a certain object called Soulmonger.
Oh, that thing. Okay.
Any insight you have on it is very welcome.
No.
No? Seriously? You don't want to, or you don't, or you don't have any insight?
I don't know anything.
Ooh. Alright then.
The first couple of sentences, I'm guessing, are said pretty much out loud, as Gale has not had the opportunity to have somebody in their head talking to them. But yes, it's very much...
Very quickly she picks up and just answers mentally. But...
Now, strangely enough, I was about to say, with Ankh possessing you, it sort of feels icky, but you're already wet. So...
Hey, but I'm wet too now, so...
You're wet as well? Oh, right. Yes, of course. Yeah. Yes. It's not slime, it's mucus. But in the case of Gale, it is now slime. As I think, that wetness, that sheen that was very liquid, is now turned to something a bit more congealed. That she has a shine to her that is less...
Give me back my water, please.
You know, it's a little bit of gelatin mixed in. I can see your looks, Yannick. Ooh.
No.
So, again, I ask. Now that you've secured that the second to last artifact in the God Collection Panini album, what do you want to do? Where do you want to go?
I don't know.
I guess we head back out.
I will consider that you've taken a short rest.
All right, yeah.
Laryl has been resummoned. Just remove those.
I should just click the short rest button on my character in case it matters.
Gale, I believe you can. If you have arcane recoveries, you may do so.
Yeah, and I'm gonna roll a couple of hit die as well. Nice.
Weirdly enough, I didn't get wounded at all, so I'm not gonna use any...
Yeah, hit dice for you right now are very efficient.
Oh, I think I know what Un's deal is then.
Yeah.
Let's say that they're not gonna get rid of me with a disintegrate spell.
Starts to sweat in wizard.
Yeah, the fact that Gale is now at 124 hit points.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, Jesus.
Imagine if that could have been on a wizard.
Imagine
Imagine what that could have been on a paladin.
Imagine
my-
what that could have been done on a barbarian.
Oh, yes.
Oh my god.
And
I think, guys, Gale is probably the one that's gonna shift gods, because as soon as we find Shangambi, I'm more interested in Shangambi than in Unk.
Sure, that's well. At
Are you really-
least,
We also
really,
have like
do you
6
really
other
want to do that? I mean, you really want to do that?
Are you sure? Have you considered all the options?
No.
I'm not sure, but I'm still pretty sure. But I'm not sure. But maybe.
I feel like Unk is clutch, like since the beginning. So you do you. But if you, I think maybe if you, well, we'll see about that. How you feel about it.
We also have like 6 gods that we have no fucking clue what they do.
Indeed.
so you can take your pick.
So,
Honestly.
Oh,
but
that was cute.
as somebody would say, Shar's blessing upon you.
honestly, Vroon is good. I mean, braces of archery. I think
Yeah.
we're not very, but the blessing was clutch.
Oh. Yeah.
I am not complaining at all.
Okay.
All right, you told me during
Yeah.
our board game nights what
Yeah.
it was.
Oh, right, yeah. So. Again, guys, come on. Don't make me repeat myself. What are you gonna do?
I don't know.
We
So
we need to find the key. We need to find that one skeleton with the weird with the weird head, because if I remember well,
do
and
I
blessings.
need to toss anyone across the
Yes.
chasm? And like as soon as Sorsha says yes, he grabs her waist and goes.
Guys, what's that?
Oh hey, fuck.
Oh.
So
Oh
Sorsha.
yes, right. I found some
So did you toss Sorsha to you going, oh yeah?
I don't care. I receive myself like a pro.
No, absolutely, but you are now on the other side, yeah.
Yes.
I'll catch you. Come back.
Okay.
What's your strength?
Mine.
Yeah.
Not
Yeah.
enough. I have +0. I have 10 strength.
10.
Yes.
So, yeah,
Right.
make me an acrobatics check.
Athletics, right? For jumping.
Well, actually, it would be
Acrobatics.
athletics.
True.
Acrobatics.
Technically, she has the 10 feet.
Yeah.
So, with the running jump, you are able to clear. Yeah, with a 10 strength, and with you have 10 strength, right? The number.
Yes.
Okay. So with 10 strength and a bit of a running start, you just barely your
And Vroon and
your
Aaron catch her like.
Yeah. Yeah. So you are on the other
Barely
side.
with the 20. Come on.
No, it's the length.
Oh.
It's yeah.
It's not. This was not about you landing. This was about you managing to put exactly your foot on exactly the ledge necessary so that Vroon could pick you up. But yes, there is a.
Because acrobatics is still better to roll for you than athletics.
Yes.
And athletics is what normally used for jumping.
Yeah, but I can go a little like wall to wall to fucking dexterous god in my head. I can do
That is true.
whatever.
Oh, okay. I
Yes.
see. But still, jumping. It's not so much about dexterity. Sadly.
Anyways, moving on.
Yeah.
Heinrich, you're moving forward.
Yeah, well, I'm just waiting in a corner.
Make me a perception check.
Oh, okay. A 9.
9. Okay.
I'm
You're just waiting for your companions to move forward.
Yeah, and I want to be like very far away from that obvious place of falling down and being hurt a lot. And
Okay.
Sorsha, do I go first or do you
Oh,
want to go?
I'll-
I mean, I don't mind going.
Thank you for asking. I'll check and go. So perception. Go. We know the drill by now.
Okay.
26.
Okay. So the passageway behind, you move across the bones of a pile of bones from which one of these skeletons sort of arose. And as you step forward, you're not seeing any traps, but you start hearing a ticking sound.
Mysterious
It's a bomb.
And it gets louder and louder, sort of echoes, but it's not louder, clearer. It's got that low, it's almost soothing sound, just and as you turn around, you can, at the end of this small room, is what we would understand as a grandfather clock. So a wooden cabinet with a clear front.
So something we might have seen at the Thunderstaff mansion, but not anywhere else.
We're at the Temple of Gond, definitely.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. The here we go. So the room contains a wooden cabinet with a numbered dial at the top set with 2 ornate metal spokes. Beneath the dial, a pendulum swings inside an open compartment. What you see in that open compartment is a fist-sized, egg-shaped stone that seems to shimmer as it moves. Reflective. This is a gem of some sort. Opalescent, pearlescent even.
Okay, no magic?
There is, let's see. No, there is a sort of enchantment magic upon the structure itself. And you can't really see or differentiate if there's any magic coming from. No, okay. I'll say this: the magic of the cabinet is most likely radiating from the stone itself, but you can't. It's just pure magic. There's no specific school. It's like pure weave in a sense, neutral, absent.
So I'm gonna carefully look around, looking for traps, and come in.
As you look about the room, there are no traps.
You can come in, guys. the grandpa clock is magical.
Wait, this cloak is your grandfather?
Could have been. Yeah.
Changelings are weird.
Can somebody roll me 5d10, please?
Uh-oh.
No,
Wait, do we
this is just to verify what time it is on the clock.
Do we want
Oh.
high or low?
Doesn't really matter to me.
All right, I'll do it. I've got it open here.
Yeah.
27. Okay. Right. So it would be the clock doesn't seem to. You have no idea what the actual time is, but right now the clock would be around. Actually, I would say it's 9:26, 9:27.
Can I do an Arcana check,
Yeah,
knowing
it-
it's grandfather clock time? You know, I like time a lot,
Yeah,
so
sure.
I
But
want
what
to
are you
check it out a
looking
bit. If I understood well, it radiates magic.
Mm-hmm.
What's the use of a neutral weave clock that's present in a little room? There's something off. Like it's not that our kind host said like, well, you know what, I'm gonna put a clock somewhere so you at least before you die you know what time it is at least. So I'm like, yeah, I don't trust it. So I'm still gonna try to find out with my knowledge of my school and as the magical person that I am, like to try to piece together like, yeah, something is wrong with this.
Okay.
So Arcana or investigation?
I would say no. Go for. You can go for Arcana.
Okay, come on. I'm gonna roll my bardic inspiration also for that. Thank you, Sorsha. How much was it again for your bardic? A D8, a D6 for your bardic inspiration.
D8. I think it's D8.
D8. Okay, I'll add a little D8 to it. 18 in
18.
total.
Actually, I'll give you advantage on this because of
Chronomancy.
because of the Dunamancy, because of the time magic. There's definitely, while the school of enchantment is neutral, there's definitely elements of what's it? Transmutation magic within the as you're looking at the clock, and you can see that on the dials themselves are the two hands that are going around, that you are following around, look to be inscribed with runes associated with transmutation. However, and I'll say this, there is no active magical effect. It seems that they would activate, maybe, at some point.
I'm gonna ask a very stupid question. Like it's 29.
Yep.
What does it say on when it goes to the 12?
12.
In that 12, nothing especially.
No.
No symbols, nothing.
No, it is literally, it looks like a clock. Sort of Gandhian styled rather, with the different, it would have the 12 standard bells, which are very standard for Omnian. You're not exactly sure how Omuans calculate time, but this is very much a Sword Coast or sort of way of counting time, with the movement of this egg-shaped stone as weight.
How do Omoans count time?
So most, I would say, Chaltians, usually they would go by the sun.
Yeah, I figured.
But if you want something a bit more precise...
or...
Actually, I would say Omoans, most likely a Clepsydra. So the water. They would measure time by water displacement.
Okay.
So, and basically an hourglass, but with water instead of sand. It rains all the time. It's very easy to fill up.
And contrary to the sun that you have to see through the treetops or
well, the thing
clouds.
is, counting time when you're walking through the jungle, you don't really care. What you want to know is sunrise, sun peak, and sunset. When you're in a city, you need more precise time. You've got other methods.
And when you're in a dungeon, you really have no fucking clue what time it is.
Exactly.
Like, when you said it's like 9:27, I was like, in the evening or in the morning? And then I realized, like, we have no fucking clue.
You have no clue. You have no fucking clue if this clock is actually to the time of where you are.
Yeah.
All you know is that it's 9:20. It's 9:32 somewhere.
Somewhere.
And actually, Gale, as you stayed behind a bit, but there's again that soothing tick, and at the back of your mind, you're going, the Unk is there whispering, saying, "Oh, look at that. Backwards, forwards. Oh, and it moved. Look, it just moved." And just, you feel behind your eyes this sort of stare, content, just watching time click.
Okay,
Click.
there's where I'm
Click.
gonna ask, because I know that there's a flower that comes with Unk, but that doesn't repress Gale's personality. She's starting to get really annoyed with that god.
Fair. Yeah, it's
Right.
Gale. I mean, okay, we've alluded to it, right? Gale, you are a battle commander. You've led people to combat and to invasions.
Yeah, which is
And
why.
you are now that analytical mind, that tactician of you, is now lost in a complete fog of basically just
Indifference.
indifference. Yeah, you are on. It's all those instincts that you have are just clouded over
And, yeah, in a haze.
in a haze. But yes, literally in a haze. Your mind feels tired, but not in a I want to go to sleep. It's literally going, You're relaxed. Just living in the moment. What was that? Tick, tock, tick.
Yeah, Gale is slow, guys.
I think is there something we can open it? Like, because we see the thing moving, but that means we can open it to take it on, like.
Oh, it's as I mentioned, it's open. As in, you have this cabinet where you can see the pendulum swinging. There's no cover at the front.
Yeah. I'm gonna snap my. You know what? If something happens, I know I can count on you guys, and I will start to walk towards it.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll move my little buddy, and I'm actually gonna. I'm gonna touch the sides, and then I'm gonna touch the front sides to see if it's really I can really put my hand through it or not.
Well, you've avoiding a bruised knuckle, as indeed you feel you feel the wooden cabinet, and as you move forward, under your fingertips you feel the cold sensation of metal. Invisible, but there is a metal covering to the internal cavity.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
I take the hand of Vroon, and then okay, Vroon, trust me, and I put the hand on the place.
So
See,
basically, there is an invisible, instead of a glass opening to the cabinet where you could see the inner mechanism, it is actually an invisible pane of metal that has been placed over it.
Okay.
So it's a box.
It's a box, closed box, with an invisible side to allow you to see inside.
Right. Do we know which time is it?
I would say, well, I was going to say 36 because it is 36 and we're doing this mostly in real time. But I would say now that you're sort of examining it, we're about maybe 22, quarter to the hour.
And is it the time on the clock?
We are moving
Well,
up. We are moving
That's
up.
what it says on the clock. We don't know what time it is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you don't know what exact time it is now.
My
All you know is
question-
what's on the card.
That's why I asked. Do we know which time is it?
Currently, no, you have no idea.
We have been inside for 4 days.
This is
3 days.
This is your fourth day, I believe. The third day.
Yeah, I think we've had 2 long rests. We've been inside the dungeon for 3 days. We have no fucking clue.
You're not even sure if time works correctly in this dungeon, considering who made it.
You know what? Because I just made a click to something about what we found with the specific wording that you said. I'm gonna. Who found one thing in that chest?
What chest?
In the last room, before you had the rock falling down, there was a chest.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
You had found something with your magical eyes that you could hold on your hand, and if I understood well, if I remember well, it was invisible.
Yes.
Yes.
There was an invisible key.
And we have an invisible thing in front of us. So, following that logic, I'm gonna try to. While I'm saying it out loud, I'm just gonna trace my fingers, and I'm gonna find a keyhole. Very stupidly, like, oh well, if something happens, if I will
It's
take
not
some.
stupid.
As you feel about. There's a moment where you look like a reverse mime, right? Instead of being inside the box, you are outside the box looking for it. And you do notice, yes, you come up. There's you as you're feeling on the side. Yeah, you do feel, not at the front, but just to the side of the panel. There is a keyhole. Yeah, you find the keyhole.
Huh. Well, I found a keyhole. We can try with this one if you want, but it's just an idea.
Yeah.
Because logic for me is invisible key, invisible place. Well, +1. Well, yeah, never mind. And
Vroon is visibly confused about all this shit going on.
It takes you a couple of it takes you maybe a minute or two to find the keyhole.
Oh, well, I showed to Sorsha where the keyhole is.
Yeah, but it's not me who has the key.
Who has the key?
I mean, it's
Yeah,
either.
it was me.
Yeah, I mean,
Vroon
considering that
It
you're the
would
only...
be you, because you're the only one that could detect it, probably.
Yeah.
I
True.
didn't even remember that it happened, but
Yeah.
I
Okay, all right.
I actually reminded you at the front of the episode.
Yeah, but I didn't remember it was me
Yeah.
who had it.
No worries,
so-
I was talking to Vroon. Yeah. No.
yeah, no,
Sorsha.
I mean, I know you said it, and I'm like,
So I'm like,
Fair. There is a click of the lock. There, you can basically feel the panel sort of shunt a little bit towards you, and it is unlocked. You may open it up. Gale, Ankh has been sort of looking and listening, and through your eyes, their attention has been locked into the inner mechanisms of this clockwork marvel. You have the feeling that they've never seen anything like this. And, I mean, you're no stranger to Gondian technology, but to find it here...
It's surprising.
It's surprising. Well, no, you've seen a lot of things in this dungeon. A lot of things that are here that shouldn't be. I mean, you saw the specter of a demon, which is, fairly rare. But again, there is that tick tock, sort of moving in. Yeah. Again, almost hypnotic. The rest of you, you feel that the panel is open. There's a moment where it's a bit awkward because you have this panel that is maybe 70 centimeters wide, and so Sorsha, you open it, and without it gets in the way, basically, as in it's a visible panel. So Vroon needs to sort of move to the side so that you can fully open it, and it's a bit weird to set it up. But yes, it's open. Mm-hmm.
So, what's inside? It is a jewel.
So inside, you can see this heavy sort of brass. How should I put it? A brass
pendulum.
It's a brass pendulum, but the end of it is formed in sort of like a cage around this this jewel. Basically, as you look towards it, you notice that it's a moonstone, but the size of your fist.
Is that unusual?
Yes.
I have no clue what a moonstone is, so I'm like.
I invite you to Google it.
An opal.
No, it's not an opal.
No.
It's not an opal. But opal is a bit more transparent. This one is more. I think I have one somewhere around here. Doesn't matter. Pierre de Lune. Is the name in French.
Sodium, potassium, aluminium, silicate. Ah, yes.
How romantic.
That helps.
How romantic.
Or
yeah.
hecatolite. It's still not no.
I mean,
Wait,
there is.
I'll add D&D to it and see if that's.
I mean, you were talking about opals. It does have. It's between. It has the sheen of an opal, but the texture of a labradorite. Labradorite.
Mm-hmm.
And we're spending way too. Well, no. The thing is, the size of it, the purity of it, is indeed exceptional, and you feel that there is an aura to it. It's not necessarily magic. It's not. It's.
I'll grab it.
So grab it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll just check before if it's not trapped or anything, but otherwise I'll grab it.
I mean,
It's
depends what you
sticking, guys.
it kind of depends what you define by trap. As in, this gem is clearly powering or giving part of its power to the apparatus that is here, both by its weight and most likely by some properties that it has. So, trap, maybe by removing it, you'll
Activate something.
you'll end something, you'll end an effect, or maybe you'll activate something. But as of now, it's difficult to know. Tick, tock, tick, tock.
Time
Talk.
is ticking.
On and on.
Okay. Do we
You-
want
there's
to
a-
know?
There's a bit of shunt as the smaller of the larger of the two brass wands, actually, because they would look like that to you, sort of click into place. You're a couple of minutes before it reaches the top, basically.
Do we want to know? Because I'm dying to know, but if you do not want, please tell me now before I grab it.
Grab it.
I mean, I don't know.
Just grab it. Yeah, just grab it. You see the Chronomancy in like no, grab it. I want to study it. Sounds like an
Grab.
interest.
Okay. As you pull to the, I mean, it's set. The gem is set is in this sort of brass, very sort of fine brass and silver basket, and it is it's not very difficult for you to sort of stop the clock. You stop the pendulum, remove it, and you can see that the whole apparatus just powers down. The magic is expended. The wand hands stop moving. And it is now silent. The ticking has stopped, and Unk in the back of your mind is going, oh, what were we doing?
Stop sticking.
What now? Ejin, they had been sort of in the back of your mind going, take it, come on, take it,
Yeah.
take it. And very much, I mean, the only, the one, Kuba-san was going, meh, yeah, whatever, what is this thing? It's not gonna fight me, come on. Well, Ubalaka was very much on going, gentle, be careful, we don't know what it does, you know, what's the plan, what do we do, etc. Yeah, unfortunately, I only had instructions from Unk and Wongo.
Well,
We'll see what it does or not.
well, bag it, I would say, and
Yep.
Okay.
Let's go on.
Actually, who would know about this? Oh, yeah. Unk. As you remove the stone and come towards it, because Gale, you haven't been focused on the stone. It's just the sound and the clicking and the wheels and so forth.
Mm-hmm.
And then as you come forward, you can see that the stone shimmers the same way, very much the same way as the cloak. And Unk's interest for once goes, oh, that's where it is.
Well, what is?
Oh, this is the navel of the moon. One of the
What?
great treasures of Omu.
Wait,
The navel of the moon.
Yeah.
Treasure of Omu.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Does it do something? except being pretty.
Well, it is pretty.
Yeah.
I don't remember if it does specific. Do you want it to do something?
I don't know. But it could be dangerous. Or useful. Or all of the above.
No, not dangerous. I think it's supposed to help you find things.
We should be able to find things with it? How?
I don't know.
Gale's answering out loud, and so the others can hear.
I'm thinking that I'm seeing a couple of faces that are trying to remember something.
I'm going like, have I heard that name before?
I think you have.
I thought so. I'm just like,
Make me a history check.
You know what? I'm going to first do a
Google check.
player notes check.
Yeah.
Fair, go ahead.
Because wait, what was it? The
Navel of the Moon.
navel. No, nothing.
Moonstone.
It's like.
You can make me a history check, folks.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, 18 for Gale.
I mean, my history is not that good, but you know, I'll roll it.
21.
Okay.
Nice.
18 is with no bonus to intelligence, so...
That's a nat 18.
I've got a +1, so.
You remember it being brought up during a conversation with a very confused feline.
Right.
Oh, bag of nails.
And I would say,
Was it a
Sorsha,
tabaxi treasure?
it's not a tabaxi treasure per se. I would say with the history of Sorsha, you know, sort of legendary items and so forth. And now that you have it, maybe beforehand it didn't really. I don't know if we had remembered it back in the day, but it is an artifact of. It's one of these legendary treasures. It's not itself a magical item. It does have an effect of itself, but it is rumored to have been carved out from a piece of the moon itself and polished to this gem shine. It was given to a Sil Pasha of Kalimport and to his daughter, who was a famous sailor. And the moon, the gem has the reputation of always being able to find your way home. And Bag of Nails wanted to use to find something that he had lost. That's it. It is said that anyone who holds the stone can always find the way home to his or her loved ones. And I think that's what, if I remember correctly, that had been mentioned. And
Yes. I remember
Sorsha,
now.
you had a particular
Yes.
interest for an item
Yes.
of this kind.
Yes.
The gem in itself is worth upwards of 2,000 gold. But the fact that it is an item of history, an item of, well, could go more to a collector or somebody of interest.
And we have a use for it.
I'm
Don't
sure-
worry about that.
Oh, I'm sure you do. So the question is now. And if you want to know what the clock did when it hit the hour, we'll discuss that at a later date.
Oh.
Not saying it was a good thing. I'm saying it would have been interesting.
Yeah.
Speaking of on the dot, we've just run our 2 hours here. How about we take a break here?
Yep.
Okay.
Go get something to drink, move those limbs, and we will be back for part 2 of this episode of Tomb of Annihilation. See you in a moment.
Bye.
Bye.